Okay, sorry for the false start last night on the show that was not to be. I didn't actually have the audio files I thought I did. I actually have them with me now, but I'm not going to be working on that right now. I have a very historically significant guitar from the 1930s that got to diagnose and hopefully repair. This is a steel guitar. Steel guitars. A famous steel player from here plays it now, but this is actually some really famous steel player from back in the day. So let me go grab another multimeter. Hold on one second. So I'm gonna get my multimeter out. Thanks to one of the guys on Rig Talk. I think it was Floyd I. He knew how to get a hold of a guy named Mark Arnquist, who just gave me a ton of info on what to look at in this guitar because I couldn't find any wiring diagrams or anything. And this is a 1934, I think, Rickenbacker, not Bacher. This is spelled a little bit different. I don't know if it's the same company or what. I don't know. I don't know too much about old people guitars. Come on, I'm a shredder or something. I would like to be a shredder. So I'm actually gonna a little bit more care in this. I'm gonna lay down a little towel and everything. This guitar is worth more than I am, so let's make sure I don't mess anything up. Like I say, I would love to have more space. I just talked to somebody right now who's trying to rent a permanent location for their drums, and man, if I could go in with them and get some more space, that would be awesome. I'm gonna get that guitar out in a second here. Let me just make sure I got everything right. And I have to. So he actually drew me the circuit. Okay, so he's saying let me just draw this out real quick. And you guys, I know I need to get better drawing software. I don't know why I still use this stuff, but it's just easy for me. But it doesn't do me any good. I need to actually I really need a better electronic. Okay, so he's saying it in a steel with one pickup coil, you only have a hot wire and a ground wire coming from the coil. Okay, so I'm going to make this. This is going to be the pickup. And we're going to have a couple wires coming out. Hot wire and the ground. They connect to the pot. The jack also only has a hot wire and a ground wire. Those two grounds connect to the pot can. Okay, so I'm going to make the output jack down here. And then he's going to have a pot. Okay. So one of the lugs of the pot's wiper connects to that. One lug of the pot's wiper connects to that pot can ground. This will give you a 0 output point on the wiper. Okay, so I'm gonna make a wire. I want to have a freehand line. Can you do that on this program? So I'm going to connect this one here, and I'm just going to make it go to itself. That's going to be ground wire. I'm just going to make it green. I'm going to make it kind of fatter. Okay. And then I think I'm just going to have another line that's going to go from the middle to the output jack plus. I'm going to make this one red. It's weird colors. It's going to be a hot wire. And I'm going to have a red one. Let's copy this. A red wire coming from the pickup going to the other terminal of the pot. Okay, so that's pretty simple, right? The other end of the wiper is the other outside lug. The middle solder lug of the pot goes to the hot of the jack. This is the simplest guitar circuit. The problem is one of these. One, a dirty pot. The wiper mechanism has been oxidized. It's not new. It needs deoxidizing. Use a glue syringe with some naphtha. So here we go. Okay, so that's the circuit, right? I mean, I don't think it could be any easier. You know, maybe I should draw in the ground circuits. You guys here, and then I'll make another one from the pot to the output. Right. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let me get this guy. Let me get this guitar out, man. This is terrifying. Like I said, this guitar is worth way more than I am, so a little scared here. Oh, it's heavy. Okay, look at that thing. This is some ancient piece of history, and I don't even know how to get to these electronics. Is it in here? There's a pickup over here. Are they in here? Like, I don't even want to scratch these flat blade screws. Oh, man. Oh, I'm starting to get really scared here. Let me see. Let me take some pictures of this real quick. Says with something to Harry Koizumi and steel guitar Jerry Boyd. With much aloha, with much mahalo. I don't know. I think it says much aloha. 8/28/97. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Let me just send this off to the guy that's helping me. Okay. So first I'm going to plug this thing in, see if we can't hear the same problem that we were hearing. And it sounds like a fried amplifier, man. Like I have not heard this problem on an electric guitar before. And of course I can't play steel, so I have no idea what I'm doing here, but you try and make it make these noises. Oh, there's a very low output pickup here. Okay. I'm gonna crack open Reaper. And let's add a channel. I don't know if do I want an amplifier on here? Yeah, why not? Let's do something crazy. channel. Now, from time to time, it was making this like exploding sound, as if an amplifier was being overdriven, and his other guitars weren't doing it. Do I have a slide here? I might have an actual slide. I'm not hearing it doing it now, which is gonna be horrible because I'm gonna take it back to him and then it's gonna break as soon as he's there. So we got to make this thing break. Let me turn up the gain. It sounded like when he was on the lower strings, it seriously sounded like an amplifier, like a compressor or clipping was going. And you can actually see it in the waveforms. We put it in a DI, and it was making these same problems. So I should be having these problems. Why is it not happening now? That's not good. Let me add a little bit of stuff. I'm going to add just a basic clean amp here, and maybe we'll get somewhere. I think that distortion we're hearing is coming from this amp sim. Let me see. It was weird. He was playing and then it would mess up and then it would play good again. This pot isn't scratching in any way. I got a syringe so I can clean out this pot. Alright, man, there is nothing like intermittent problems to really mess you up. Oh, okay. There's something about the impedance of this direct box that's keeping this from messing up. Like what is happening now that is allowing this to play correctly? I'm about to plug it into my Helix and see if the impedance is different there. Let me in fact, let's do it, man. I don't know what else to do. I can change my impedance on the way in on the Helix, so I'm gonna try that, I guess. I've got to get this thing to mess up. So let's see. Well, it's gonna be crazy when it first goes on. Oh boy. Wow, is that still loading up? What's going on? Why am I not here in the Helix? It's definitely playing. What's going on? Okay, but this is you know, I've got an amplifier going here, so of course this can be distorted. Not uncool, but not what we want. Let me pull up Helix editor. So in this case, I think I can soft change the impedance from here. I am coming from a wireless, so I'm not sure if that's going to mess things up. I'm plugged into the input. My wireless has the wireless input or a regular jack. So shut up now. Okay. So I'm going to give it... See, that's the kind of sound it was making. This right now, you're hearing a compressor doing it. But that's what it was sounding like without a compressor. It sounded like it was saturating or clipping or just the weirdest thing, man. Oh man, I hate that I can't get it to mess up now. Let me. Oh boy, what's a really clean amp here? What are the newer Helix amps? Is it the deluxe or the double or the super or? I'm getting a little bit of dirt, but I think that might just be the amp sound. Grab another guitar. This guitar has a lot more gain, but I just want to hear if it has the same kind of dirt. Yeah, I'm hearing that same dirt. Man, nothing like intermittent problems, man. Those are the absolute worst. All right, let's see if you can't figure out something here. So I don't want that. I don't want that amp. Gain. Okay, but what I can do on the Helix, change the input impedance. So let's go down to 10K. So I don't know what's on that amp. Might have been a line level input on this amp. Interesting what the impedance does. Sounds like something's happening. I don't know what kind of level it's shooting to you guys over on this on this Helix stuff. Oh god, that's gotta be annoying. Sorry about that. I'll just mute that for now. Okay, that sounds. I don't think that's it. It's gone away. Weird. So it's kind of saying it's only, it could be a couple different things. So let me I mean, so I could crack this guy open and see what's going on in here. I'm scared to. It's crazy. This thing is made in the 30s. It looks like the manufacturing and the letters and everything. It makes it look like it's brand new. Man. Like looks like it was made today. Like this is quite a work of art. This looks so modern. blow your mind that this is old. I mean, 40 years older than I. This was before World War II, this thing right here. That is nuts to think about. See, now it's doing it again. And now it's gone away. I don't want to just give this thing back without even looking at it. Oh man, I'm scared to take this guy apart, but let's do it. Hopefully, man, if any of these screws holes strip, I am going to be so bummed. I have no idea how this thing comes apart, but I'm telling you, if you could see the let's see, let me get back to here. If you could see this, the markings on this thing, it's unbelievable how modern this looks. Talk about American craftsmanship back in the day. It's just insane. It looks like a computer popped this thing out. Look at this pot, man. Holy crap. So I kind of want to unwire this thing. So he's telling me use 6040 solder, which is great because that's the only solder I know how to use. I keep trying to use the rose solder, you know, the European rules of hazardous substances solder, and I have no luck, man. So I could unsolder this, check the resistance of the pickup. He was saying, I think it's supposed to be between 5K and 17K. I'm not sure. Let me see. How many knobs does it have? Is it cord screw into jack or plug in? So I'm thinking, so this, is this going to the, wait, where's the ground? So this isn't the circuit that I was thinking. This doesn't seem to have a ground the way I would expect. Okay, let me get a picture. I didn't expect this. Let me get multimeter out. I just want to look. This is not like how you'd see a modern guitar, right? You would well, never mind, the size of this pot is insane, but you would have this guy tied right here to ground. So I'm wondering how this is grounded, if it even is. So I'm gonna take my multimeter out. I'm gonna start beeping away. Beep beep. Lead-free solder sucks. Yeah, man. Yeah, Reverend Bo. This is I don't know if you saw me writing about this on the forum. This is somebody named Jerry Bird, I guess, is a really famous steel player, and he is actually the teacher for one of the guys here who actually owns this guitar now, who's a famous steel player here. But made in the 30s, and man, it looks It looks like it was just made by a computer today. Like, I can't believe the machining in here. I don't understand. I don't actually know. Like, this, it feels to me like this can't have been made in the 30s, because the way the machining is, it's so perfectly smooth. It's like somebody made it in a plastic mold of today. Like, I think this is Bakelite. Everything that pot is mounted to is ground. I mean, Bakelite's not conductive, right? I mean, it's a steel string guitar, but it's not. I mean, the body's not steel. Yeah, how is this grounded? I'm not getting any. Okay, that's grounding. Oh, this is ground. Oh, wait. It's touching. When it's not touching that, though, let me see. Yeah, this is not grounded. Wait. Interesting. So when this is here, is it touching anything? No. No. Well, how is this grounded? This is not the circuit I'm expecting. I'm kind of scared that. What happens if I unscrew this? This is just the cover. Oh boy. Hope I'm not. Does that change the pickup height? Or is this just for the cover? If they said it's Bakelite, I don't know what Bakelite is. Okay, well, I took off that. Oh, shoot. That does set the height. Oh, man. All right, well, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. I mean, whatever it is, it's not conductive. I'm really having a hard time believing this body is made in the 30s. The way the like, did this go back into a? Electro. I don't know, man. It's so weird. Let me see who this is. Hello, Kylo Music School. Okay, give me 1 second here. Look on the calendar. Hopefully they have it written in this way. Do you know what time that is? 4 o'clock. Okay. Let's see. Emma with Connor. Okay, yeah, that says 4 to 4:30 today. Okay. All right. Bye. Here I am unscrewing stuff that, could go disastrous for me, so I'm a little hesitant here. I don't want to have to take off the strings, but I don't think I actually have to take this pickup off. Let me see if there's any of the electronics are exposed here, because I want to measure the pickups DC resistance. Are these the same? Yes. Okay, good. Not, I mean, he's right. You couldn't get any simpler. Okay, so, man, here's the output jack. And Man, I tell you, if you look at a modern 1/4 inch jack, I wish I got to get a new camera so you can really zoom in. But this this 1/4 inch jack looks like it's made to stand up to the military, and I doubt this is actual 1930s jack. But man, this is no joke. This is overbuilt, and just to say the least. Um, okay, so it's giving me a little bit of pulley shot. I don't know if this is going straight from the pot here. I'm assuming that one of these wires is the pickup, and it's not really black and red. I'm just gonna have to keep tearing down more. Let's see what's in this middle here. Wonder what's in here. Hopefully I don't have to go in there and find out. These might just be beauty rings or something. I do have to pull out my magnet. Okay, well, that's nothing. Great. That was useless. This stuff is not magnetic. That's interesting. I have no choice but to pull this, and I do not want to. I'm afraid this like 1,000 miles of conductor is going to come spooling out on me or something crazy. Hopefully I don't have to watch back on this video to figure out how this goes. Could be aluminum. It's like it's chrome plated aluminum, but so are my bike wheels, so you know, could be. Oh man, I do not want to de-string this thing. I don't know if I have a choice. I don't have a choice. I do not want to wreck these. Getting a soldering iron ready. I don't want to de-string this guy. Yes. Yeah, see, that's what I'm worried about. Just to pull this thing and then thousands of miles of conductor comes flying out. And yeah, so I have no idea what size the pickup it is. So luckily somebody knew who this Mark Arnquist guy was. And, you know, if I do need a new pickup, hopefully he'll be able to provide it. Man, this is not what I want to get into. want to be mixing today. Actually, I found a new Reverend Bo. I found a free trial for a one of those AI things that allegedly can separate the drums out. Like, if that's actually true, man, I'm hurting because my company, you know, we originally were going to do a bunch of AI stuff for plugins, but we found that there was still a big room for brute force stuff on some of the features that we needed. And, but man, if this stem thing can really separate it out this well, I think the noise gate thing is just dead because, well, actually, we do have a product on the way that uses something similar, but it's actually hard to talk about right now. But I might be able to actually pull those drums apart, and then we can actually just throw it in any old drum sampler, even a free one like SSD 5 free. You could just MIDI in the drums if you wanted, and that'd be pretty good. It took to me a lot of times, man, if the drums are clear, it just sets this expectation in your brain that everything's okay. And so whatever you do after that, it sounds like you meant to do it. Scratch this guitar in any way. Guitar's worth a lot more than I am. But yeah, if we have to change pickups, that'd be funny. Just throw in a modern pickup, and I mean, I'm sure you'd be fine with it. A lot of the steel players here, you know, are they're working musicians, and so they're very pragmatic. They're not really religious about, you know, it's got to be this thing because somebody said so or whatever. They just want to work, and whatever it'll take. And I mean, you know, think about how these original Hawaiians were doing this stuff. They're just taking knives or whatever and sliding them across the guitar, and that's the sound of everything, you know, today. And I do not know how to wind the strings the way these guys do. It's some sort of over, under, over. Every Hawaiian family has a different way of winding strings too, which is a nightmare. So, you know, I'll put it back on and then let them deal with it. Okay, so strings are up. Can I just pull this thing out, or are we gonna die? Oh boy. Oh boy, there we go. Well, that is a pickup. Oh my god. I don't know if I can actually pull this hard enough to flip this over, but the pickups seem to be held on. The wires seem to be screwed on, not soldered on. So what I really need to do is get enough slack where I can figure out how this thing is plugged in so that I can actually measure these pickups. And I can't really do this because they are tied together here. Oh, wow. Okay, so yeah, you know, when we were first making Reaper, I was driving around the country in that I don't know if you've seen the picture of the old Reaper mobile. It's a Jeep, a TJ. It's actually my herpetology vehicle, but had a big Reaper windshield sticker. And I would go to people's places. This was before, right around the Reaper 1 beta, long before Reaper 2 came out, and sometimes before and after their first release. And I'd go to people's houses, and they'd show me, you know, what they're recording and everything. And I'd say, you know, hey, what DAW is that? And they said, it's Reaper. and you don't recognize it because you could have changed it so much. And I'm like, you sure? So everybody uses it different. Like, I don't use any razor editing features. I don't even know exactly what that is. I use it just for what I use it for, and I actually don't do much more than that. If something comes up, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. This looks like it helps. Like I have for the live recordings, I have this thing that a couple scripts that really help speed things up. But yeah, it's pretty funny. Like it's you don't know how people are going to use these things. Okay. So I have to disconnect this pot in order to get a measurement of this pickup's DC resistance. And I'm a little scared of that. So let me protect this as much as I possibly can. I'm gonna take these wires off the terminal here. Okay. So I get that picture? Man, see, I get distracted. Oh, yeah, I got that. Okay. Use your meter on the two terminals of the pickup before you disconnect it. Well, these all go to there. I'll get a reading. Let's see what it's going to say now. But I mean, it's going to read the pot, you know. So I'm getting 1.2K. Let me turn this pot all the other way. And 1.4 ohms. So I'm not getting much resistance. Read across the pickup. How will it read across the pickup? I mean, it's tying together in here. Like the pot's in the circuit. Well, okay, so that's what I got. 1.8K. 1.8K with the pot still on at one excursion, and then at the open it was 1.4 ohms or something. Okay. This guy was real specific to use 60/40 solder, so luckily that's where I am. So that makes that a little bit less scary. Can't be too careful. Really, I only have to disconnect one of these terminals, right? But I'm actually going to spray this pot out just because that was another thing he had told me to try. Actually, I have a syringe and I have naphtha here, so I can actually do that. Okay, so now I should be able to read the actual pickup, right? Yeah. Unless this thing is shorting something, but no. Man, there's nothing for it to short to. Okay, stop being dumb. But I want to get this off just because I want to. I do want to clean it out. So let me just do that. It'd be crazy if these were the 1930s wires. Yeah, he's telling me I should have had someplace between 5 and 17K on the pickup. So, and then yeah, you're right. You're right about the pot, but well, let's see what we get now that we've got this disconnected. And I'll measure it with the jack too, just in case. Okay, So. Huh. Well, you know what? Maybe I didn't have to pull that off. Yeah, I'm getting 1.1. Oh, see, it's moving. Hold on. Let me get some alligator clips. But yeah, it was getting 1.3K. So, um, am I using my brain wrong? Shouldn't if the pot's in the circuit, shouldn't that mess up the reading? Oh, man, what's wrong with my brain? Okay. Yes. Yes, they are with cloth. But I've seen some newer fenders that were. I'm not newer, but I've seen some fenders that had that. But yeah, man, I just saw that. Like, wait a second. Okay, so what are we getting? Okay, when I first did this, it went to 1.3. Now it's going to 1.9. Okay, and I can tap it till 1.7. Now it's at 1.2. Now, see, I was thinking that the weird sound it made is almost like a bunch of the wire, the pickup windings were touching or something. And it was making that weird amplifier sound. Now it's gone to 2.4K. It's moving up and down. Okay. This pickup is moving all over the place. DC resistance is not staying stable. If I move this, it's changing. I've got now 6K. Something is wrong. Now I'm down to 1K again. Something's wrong with this pickup. It's yeah. I'm watching I'm watching this resistance move all around. I think, man, I really think that maybe the potting is bouncing around. Like it's just not it's not insulated. Yeah, now it's at 4K. Now it's dropping. Something's wrong with this pickup, man. I really think. Okay, let me send this. I think this pickup is bad. Let me just write some stuff here real quick. Okay, so I'm just saying how it goes up when I pick it up. Um, the way pickups are wound, if the insulation comes off, can't they bang into each other? Because what this sounds like is an amplifier overdriving. And you know what I could do is just take this volume pot out and plug it back in, and let's see what it does. Well, now I don't have strings, so that's kind of a problem. But let me just see real quick. There's no volume pot now, so the volume pot couldn't be the problem. Nice and microphonic, which you kind of expect. So that's not anything crazy. The other thing is, what if one of these wires was loose? Man, one of these screws is loose. I don't know if I dare tighten it. There's supposed to be something there. Man, the way this thing is hooked in here, it's actually scares me. But you know, it does work. So let me tighten this down and see if that keeps this from shaking around. That very well could be, actually. Mystery of mysteries. So I don't think I need to keep this pickup unscrewed. Let me put this back in. Okay, let's see. They use bell wire, which is lacquer coated for insulation. If it is from the 30s and in Hawaii humidity. So this guitar spent most of its life, I think, in Nashville. It's actually on a bunch of really famous albums. I think the guy, let's look him up. The guy who owned it. So this is the guy, Jerry Bird. He died in 2005. Wow. From Ohio. Dolly Parton, Jimmy Vaughn, Jerry Garcia. Interesting. Hello, Kylo Music School. Yeah, if it's like Okay. Sorry. Okay. Lots of calls, a bunch of stuff going on. Okay, so let me try and get this pickup back in. Does not want to go back in a way that makes this easy, and I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. Just want to get it in there enough where I can actually listen to it. Pull this back out. So there was a loose screw in that pickup. I'm hoping that's really what this comes down to. I doubt it. We're never that lucky. I'm still blown away by how this thing is built. I can't believe that something that's cut this way is made in the 30s. Sorry, let me put this back down. There we go. Loose screws explains resistance going up to 4 to 6K. Is that true? That would be really cool. Oh, I'm just gonna unplug this. Oh man. I just think of a couple times I've had transformers when building mic preamps where the windings were so loose that you could shake them and they would extra saturate, like they jump coils or something. And it made this sound, like the sound this thing was making is like an amplifier screwing up. I'm still gonna spray this out with the naphtha, like you said. But let me see why. Okay, so I'm just getting an idea how this mechanically works. So this has to be in an exact perfect spot where it's not hitting the pickup and it's not hitting the cover thing. So I thought this cover was independent from the pickup, which it doesn't seem to be. So you slide it into there. And that is very little room for error. I'm trying to understand. So this is the end that was over here. Why was it getting stuck? Was I just not pushing hard enough? Let's see. Because it was the threading was ending at a certain spot. Oh yeah, okay, that's just me not pushing hard enough. Okay. There we go. This is pretty fascinating stuff, man. Okay, that's good. So I don't really have to screw these in. Just gotta get this height right. Very little room for error there. Okay, let's see. So if I stuck a jack in here, of all the things I don't have, a regular 1/4 inch that ain't plugged into something. Okay. Let's just check this real quick. Good. Usually I'm checking for continuity. This time I better check for resistance. So, and then let's see if it's shorted. Nope. Okay. We'll plug this in. See what we're getting. Yeah, I'm getting 1.1K. Tapping it, it's not really changing anything. If I really hit it, it is, but yeah, I'm wiggling the hell out of it. It's not really changing. I mean, could that be it? That might explain some of the intermittent stuff, man. I hate intermittent. Intermittent is the worst, man. It's so frustrating. Oh, man. All right, let's see what we got in here. I still don't understand how this pot works. It's like a rheostat. Is that what I'm looking at? I am gonna spray this out. I have a syringe for this. I'll go get some naphtha. So can I actually get into there? That's the other thing. I don't even know where I'd be spraying this into. I think it says Milwaukee. ContraLab, Milwaukee. There's some patents and stuff written on this thing. I'm a little scared to spray anything in here because, well, you know what? Maybe just how do you get this shaft off? Is there a screw? There's a screw. Okay, I'm gonna take this pot apart and well. Okay. So I am cranking into here now. Let's see. This is definitely a lot higher output than it was. Now I'm not sure if I don't know what this thing was tuned to. Okay, you hear that? There we go. That's what we were hearing. Okay, and so it's not the pot. It's got to be the pickup. Let me try a different impedance. Oh, wait a second. I don't think that might not have been what we were hearing. Hold on. It might have been hitting this pickup cover. Let me ask what it's tuned to. I don't know even how this thing is tuned to. Oh, okay. He's asking if the pickup has 1 or 2 coils. Let me check. He's asking if the shut up. I guess I don't even really have to take that off to pull the string again. Okay, so he says, okay, he just gave me the tuning. Yeah, I can't see if the pickup has two coils or not. Um, shoot. Get some pictures. Oh, okay. It seems like a really fat single coil to me. It looks like it's just wound around one coil. I think this is a single coil. Wait, sure doesn't make as noise you'd expect from a single coil. This screw was loose. Picture of that. Uh, the red wires are ground. What? Hold on. No way. Awesome. So okay, so this Mark Onquist is telling me the red wires are ground. So here I am. Uh, didn't even look, and interesting. Do the black wires touch the aluminum base plate? No. Okay. I'm still in awe that this thing was built this long ago to have cuts like this. This is amazing. This is mind blowing, man. I didn't think human beings were capable of this that long ago. That is really wild. Okay, the plate is ground. Okay, so then this pot was grounded because find the picture. Red was in the middle. So wait a sec. So you're telling me that the ground is the center lug. So that means, oh, high E to low C. Okay. Make sure the black wires cannot touch the base plate. Okay. So this means the center lug of the pot was ground. That sounds nuts to me. Okay, so I want to make sure that the black wire does not touch the base plate. So let me do a continuity check for that, actually. Let's go. Where's my regular probes? That's the alligator clips. Man, I am so space limited here. It's scary. That's the ohm resistance at those 2 points. Which points? The ground points. What did I do with the probes? Leads, not probes, leads. So test the. Oh wait, here's this one. Oh, there we go. Okay. They're saying test the ohms resistance at those 2 points. What I want to know. So is this guy? Make sure the black wires cannot touch the base plate. Doesn't look like the black wires are touching the base plate in any way, shape, or form. Um, Man, this is very interesting. Okay, so what am I checking? Checking resistance. You wanted me to check resistance somewhere, some 2 points. I'm not sure which 2 points. These points? Let's see. Maybe. Well, these are shorted, but I guess that should be. So if I check the black wire to this, I'm getting 3.5K. How am I getting a different reading here than I was between the wires? What's going on? That should not be. This should be the same. 2.8. It's like I'm losing. It's like I'm losing somewhere in here. There's a resistor in this wire or something, and it's only going this far. Like, is the wire that bad to lose 500 or gain 500 ohms of resistance? Okay, now when I wiggle this, it's 1.4K. So what is going on? Something's loose in here. It's gotta be. Okay, the hot in the ground at the pickup coil. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that's where we were looking. Okay. See, that's the hot in the ground. That's how is this the hot? That's the ground wire. So what's the hot? He's showing me a picture of where to measure, and it doesn't look like it makes sense. Here's what I want to see if there's resistance in the wire. Nope, wire's fine. Okay. So that's hanging around 1.2K. Put this back on for now. Oh, did I actually turn the pickup around? This is the wrong side. This pickup needs surgery, not rewinding. Okay. Okay. Well, that sounds like the expert. Okay, so maybe I might just need to take this thing out and they send it off. I'm not sure what to do here. I might call the guy. You see the copper coil windings? Yes, barely. This is actually real exciting. So yeah, I don't know if I should put this guitar back together or what I should do here. All right, so I might just be pulling this pickup. Man, I'm so lucky that some of these guys are still alive that can do this stuff, man. Like, I don't know, like Reverend Bo says, I'd just go stick a DiMarzio or something in there, make it work. I got pickups sitting here. I'll make this thing work somehow. It ain't gonna be pretty, but it'll work. I could desolder this and pull it apart. Um, yank the pickup. All right, so I might be getting to some mixing. Actually, almost time to go ride my bike. Shoot, yeah, it got later than I thought. We got a show today at 5 o'clock. All our kids are gonna be playing over at Hawakua. Sorry. Oh, I invited the Hawaii guys over. Let's see if they can come. Oh wow. Let's see. Okay, awesome. He gave me the okay. Okay, so I'm gonna take the pickup out of the controls. Thank you so much, Mark Arnquist. Um, you are a lifesaver, man. Okay, I am going to. I'm gonna go. I gotta go and go get ready to split. We gotta. I'm not sure what we need to do for this show tonight. I'm gonna take this pickup out and okay. Okay, so thank you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna split Reverend Bo. I'm gonna try that stem splitter tonight when the show is over and see if I can't get all the drums out, and then we can do some really fun stuff. And there's some free stuff out there that's really good. So